guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually going to do this makeup look, which is what I had on in my Who Makes It Best video, top brands for each category of makeup. And I wanted to actually use the products that I talked about and show you how they perform on the face. Please excuse, I will say this 1,800 times in the video, just a pre-warning, but I am peeling very badly today. It always seems to happen on the day that I have the most time to film. But my face might look a little patchy because of that, but just excuse that, and hopefully you enjoy this look. So if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep on. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on the face. I have done my brows and primed my eyes, but we are going to start with our eyeshadow first. So I'm going to zoom you in, and I'm going to start with the base. So I had mentioned that my favorite cream shadows, or the ones that I would recommend the most, are the Giorgio Armani eye tints. And I'm going to use the number 28, which I believe is Riviera. The name, it just has the number on the bottom. But this is kind of like a mix between a satin and a matte. And it's almost like a camel color. You know what? It reminds me a lot of the MAC Uninterrupted that I used in my smoky eye video recently. It reminds me of that a lot. And then I'll just take just a small brush just to even out the lines, harsh lines. Get you a little bit closer for the eyes. My eyelids are peeling, so my whole face is peeling today. Just putting this on my lid, but because it's matte slash satin, it could easily go up into the crease. I love to wear these just by themselves. So easy. All right, and now we're going to go in with a crease color, and we're going to be using my Viseart Neutral Mattes palette and my Wayne Goss number 16, and we're just going to go in with this peachy color right here and build that up in the crease. I've almost hit pan on this color. I find that this color works as a good transition code. I always say transition code. Transition color for both warm and cool looks. So I use it all the time. Now I'm going to go into my little shimmer palette that I take with me on jobs, and I'm going to go in with this gold shimmer color. I believe it is from the Viseart Minx palette, the Theory palette, the one that comes with the 6 pans. And I'm going to top that base. So if I wanted this to be like a super intense sparkly eye, I would have put a shimmer base down, but I really don't. I just want it to be like a soft warm tone with just a bit of shimmer. So that's what we're doing. I'm just going to put it on the inner third. I don't know if my nose is coming across on camera, but it is. I've got this one piece right here I cannot get off. And then I'm going to go back into the Viseart palette, and I'm going to take this color right here on my Wayne Goss number 18, and I'm just going to build up the outer corner. There's no like big technique here. It's just color combinations I like. I just want a really pretty warm eye. I personally don't get, I mean, if you can see how these Viseart shadows are pretty much blending themselves, I don't understand. I've seen some reviews on these that say they're like not all they're cracked up to be. I mean, I'm just having to lay it down. That's all I'm doing, and it's basically blending itself. But I know everybody has different preferences. I'm going to bring that up into the crease just a little bit, and then blend it back out with that original crease brush. That's all we're going to do on the eyes. Super simple. No liner. Y'all know me. But that's how quick it is, and that's why I really recommend those shadows and those cream bases, because they are quick, they are user-friendly in my opinion, and they create a really pretty look. So we're going to start with primers first. I'm going to spray with my Smashbox primer water because I need all the moisture I can get. On my poor face. And then I'm going to go in with this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil, again because I'm peeling and because foundation really does sit so well on this. So I put like 3 to 4 drops. And I'm just pressing it. I don't want to rub on my skin today because I don't want to aggravate the peeling, but I also feel that pressing it in is a good way to do it. You can use a brush, but be sure it's synthetic. If a natural brush picks this up, it's going to soak it all up. I'm just going to use my normal correctors I'm going to mix a little bit of the Color Science 3-in-1 with a little bit of the Armani in orange. I knew I forgot to do something. I did not wet my beauty blender. Okay, for foundation, typically I would be using the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue that I talked about, but because I like to apply that with a brush and I'm peeling so badly, can I say it one more time? I'm actually going to use the Bare Minerals Bare Pro today, and I'm going to mix a little bit of the By Terry CC Serum and Sunny Flash because it's a little light on me, and it's also going to help with the moisture, and I'm going to apply it with a sponge. So I'm going to take a couple pumps of this. This is in number 15 Sandalwood, and some of the By Terry. I do love this combination together, and I'm going to apply it with a sponge. I have been using this Osmosis sponge for a while, and I really can't decide if I like it. It has really good reviews. Brianna loves it, but it soaks up this was clean before I started. It soaks up so much product. Okay, so for concealer, I talked about the matte concealers in my video, and I'm going to try to mix these. How it's going to work out, but we're going to try. The MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC30, and then this is the Water Weight Concealer in NC25. We're just kind of winging it on this part. I know that I like them separate, but I don't know if I like them together. And I don't know why I'm all of a sudden wanting to try them together, but alas, I am. Okay. So I think I'm just going to take just the Pro Longwear. Now we're going to set with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, which I am really close to being out of. We're going to set our face with the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. Because my face is dry right now, I'm going to use a very fluffy brush. This is the Smashbox Sheer Powder because I really don't want a lot of powder, especially with that Bare Minerals. I find that it doesn't need a lot, and I'm just going to put it very lightly in the center of my face. Just like that. Now, let's go into bronzer. We're going to use the Bobbi Brown bronzer, and I'm going to use it in Natural. So this is the one that I carry in my kit. It's a little bit darker, I find, than Stone Street. So it works a little bit better for me in the summer. Now we're going to go into highlight and use my beloved Hourglass palette. I know this is discontinued, but these are basically just strobe lighting powders. I don't think you can get any of them separate, but I do have the other strobe, the Brilliant, and I like it. And I'm just mixing them all together. Looks a little white, but I'm going to buff everything out. Now for blush, I'm going to use this Becca palette, which again is limited edition, but two of the blushes you can get now, Songbird and Snapdragon, these two right here. The Wisteria is the only one that's exclusive to the palette. I'm just going to take my buildable cheek brush and run it through all three, which is what I typically do if I'm using this palette. Just apply that to the cheeks. Now I am going to buff out with my Hourglass Radiant Light like I do every single day. Kind of help the highlight be a little less obvious. I think it's a little too light for my skin right now, but y'all get the drift. Now, before we finish up the eyes or do any kind of mascara, I'm going to take a setting spray, a hydrating setting spray, and completely cover my face and then press it in again to help with the peeling. And really, I'm just going to use this Smashbox primer water again. This can also be used for this purpose and all throughout the day. I'll sell that one more than anything when I freelance for Smashbox. I'm just pressing everything in. Now I'm going to go back into the Viseart palette. I'm going to take a mixture of this peach color that we used and this more orangey color, and I'm going to just dip into both pans and use that for my under eyes. I'm gonna go off camera and do my mascara because I've already talked about my favorite mascara brand and I don't particularly have one here to use. So I'm gonna do off camera and then I'll come back to do lips. Okay, and finally we're gonna do lips. So I talked about the Beautycounter Color Intense lipsticks. I'm gonna use the color Brunch today, which really pairs well with the eye because it's a warmer nude color. And you saw, like, really all I had to do was put it on my bottom, rub my lips together, and it covered everything. And I'm going to take the Buxom lip gloss in Celeste, which is a long-time favorite. It's like a peachy color that also goes well with the eye look. Okay, so the only thing I haven't done is inner corner and brow bone highlight. So I'm going to take this color right here, which I believe came in the... maybe the Minx or the Cashmere, I can't remember, y'all. One of the Theory palettes from Viseart. And I'm going to do a little bit of inner corner highlight. I'm going to mix it a little bit with that first gold color that we used on the lid so that it's not so stark bright. Because these are super pigmented. And there we go. That is the finished look using all of my recommended brands for each category of makeup. Hopefully my face doesn't look too patchy with all the peeling, but I think it came out a-okay, and that's another reason that I highly recommend these products because they work in pretty much every situation. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, if you didn't learn something, I hope you at least found it entertaining. Be sure and subscribe and like before you leave so you don't miss out on any future content. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.